Hey guys, it's Darlene and welcome to my channel. All right, I am so excited to finally have this video for you. So this is going to be a tour of my new home, showing the before and after. Now it is decorated how I would normally have it decorated for the most part, with the exception of the front porch, which I've already started going into fall. The other thing I want to say is that as soon as this video goes up, the very next video, aside from it being a keto cocktail, will be decorating for fall. So I am going to transform this to fall, and then having a Halloween party, so we are going to spook this out. So there are a few things that if you look closely enough, especially driving up the driveway, you'll notice a 12-foot skeleton. It's hard to miss. So because we do have a lot to do, there is a little bit, but otherwise, how you see the house is how it is on an everyday basis for the most part. So let's, the only thing that I am not showing you is the in-law unit, which I've already done a video on that. So if you haven't seen it, I'll list it in the description box. We have a 3-car garage. Again, that's not something I'm going to show you, as well as outside, because it has been shown, but as I transform it into our wonderful spooky Halloween party, I will definitely show it in that video. So without further ado, now that I got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Foremost, if you're already subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you so very much. If you are not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any videos. Anything that I show you that is available, that I have changed, whether it be a pillow, a candle, hardware, bar stools, I will list everything by category. So if it's a kitchen, if it's dining room, living room, I will do that, okay? And so I'll list everything in the description box if there's something that you like. So let's just start. I'm gonna split screen and I'm going to talk. I normally do not do this, but we're gonna try it this way. So I'm gonna split screen and driveway, and to the right, if you can see it, lights. We do have pillars that go all the way up, stone pillars that have lights on them, which are wonderful. If you look very closely, there are skeletons on them. And by the end of this evening, there will also be black and white pumpkins. I am not an orange pumpkin I'm not an orange person, period, when it comes to decorating for fall or Thanksgiving. So when you pull up, it is a 3-car garage, but we're gonna come through the foyer. Again, it is decorated somewhat for fall. We've got some pumpkins, mums, but for me, October is also about breast cancer awareness, so my wreath will change out and the pumpkins will become pink. Aside from some other colors, I will paint them pink for breast cancer awareness until we have our holiday. So that front porch changes multiple times during the month of October. When you first walk in, this is our foyer. So let me go ahead and I will show you before and after pictures, because we did do a lot to the house. The first thing we did was pretty much have the entire house painted. Except nothing to do with wood. This is what's called a post and beam home. It is very gorgeous. We're used to this in California because Tahoe is there. They have a lot of post and beam homes. Connecticut does not, so this definitely was a labor of love from our neighbors who are amazing. We bought their home, as well as 4 acres. So in the entryway, really the only thing I did besides decor is I did the color before. I don't even remember. I'll have to show you a picture here because I honestly don't remember what color it was. And the chandelier to me was a little old-fashioned. I wanted it a little bit more modern, so I did have the chandelier. I had all the light fixtures changed in the house, so I had the chandelier. And then the half bath, that was a big transformation. That's a big bathroom, which makes it very stark. So again, I just did not care for the vanity, so I put in a Carrara marble vanity. I did that beautiful Kendall charcoal, and what I had them do, my guys do a 5-foot beadboard, so that made it a little more cozy and a little more interesting. One of the fun facts about this house is that it does have a laundry chute. I love it, not just for laundry. So if something needs to go downstairs, like my shoes or whatever, they go right into the little laundry chute. The mirrors, everything in there is new. So the mirror is new, the light fixture, both light fixtures are new, vanity faucet, it's all new. So I can list it for you all. And then you'll notice that there are French doors that go out to the backyard. I'm not going to go out that way. I will show you one of the other patios that we have. That particular patio is the big patio. And then you'll notice that there are some stairs. They go up to the in-law unit. And again, I've already done that, so you can see that video in the description box. Once you come through the foyer, it's a beautiful archway made of wood. It's gorgeous. I was very lucky in that my very large sectional couch fit perfectly. I actually had to take a vertical picture because there was no way for me to even at a vertical picture, I'd have to be very far away. This is a 3-story home. This fireplace is massive. You could just see that it goes up. There's no way for me to even do it. You can't even see the mantle from where I'm sitting. It's crazy. It's all done in stone. It's beautiful. I didn't change a single thing with the fireplace. It was gorgeous, and I left it alone. In this main area, so the living room, kitchen, and dining room, they are an open floor plan, and they were all different colors of paint. So I will show you some pictures. I'm just gonna flash through here. And what I wanted was for the wood to shine. The wood is what makes this home special to me. I actually teared up when I walked in, and I used to be a real estate appraiser, so I've seen beautiful homes. But there's something very special about this home. And I feel like it just needed the right paint colors and the right decor and the right, it just needed a little bit of zhuzhin. I zhuzhed it. So I cannot remember the color of this white. This is by Magnolia Homes, Chip and Joanna Gaines. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful creamy white. So if you have wood in your home, I'll put the paint color right here because I have it listed. I just can't think off the top of my head. It is gorgeous, and it just made the wood pop. It didn't make it stark. Now see, I could not use this white color in the foyer because there isn't a lot of wood in the foyer, and it made it look stark. So I used Stonington gray, which is one of my favorite grays. You know I love that gray by Benjamin Moore. It's phenomenal. Just like in the bathroom, Kendall charcoal is a phenomenal deep gray color. It's beautiful. So that's what we did in this room. The windows are spectacular. As you can see, they just go up. Now, we did add more lighting. There was not enough lighting in this home. And being that they had darker paint colors and darker granite, it did make it feel very dark. I'm a light and bright girl, so we needed to light it up. So if you look at the very top, well, I'll just show you because I did take pictures here. Only on this side was there lighting up on top of the beams. So what we did was I had my electrician just extend the lighting all the way around, and that made it beautiful. Now, would I have loved to hang a chandelier? Yes, but when you're talking about wood ceilings, it's very, very difficult to change that kind of fixture. Drywall, not a problem. Wood, problem. The biggest transformation would be the kitchen. I'm looking at it now. The countertop, let's start there. It was a 2-tiered countertop. For those of you that have followed me and you've seen me do several homes, I do not like 2-tiered countertops. And let me explain to you. If you especially have a small space and you have a 2-tiered, it is going to make the space look smaller. I cannot stress this enough. If you Keep it one level. Your eye does not have that weird where it looks here and then it looks here and then it's cut off. It will make the space look bigger. And when my agent came through after it was done, she goes, "You look like you added 200 square feet." It's nothing but an illusion. And then, of course, adding light and bright always makes things look bigger. So we had to do, my guys were amazing. My painters were also contractors, and then their brother was an electrician, so I really, really lucked out. We had to rebuild, okay, so we had to take all the granite off and then bring it down and make it one level. And then nothing to me, if you want to make something look more expensive, there is a price to it, but do a 2-inch mitered edge. And what that means is, I'll show you a close-up. So it's 2 inches of whatever stone you're using. There are no seams. The seam is underneath. That's why it's a mitered edge. So just don't go in and say, "I want 2 inches," because there'll be a seam there. There are no seams. That's the other thing. I'm a big stickler about having seams in odd places. In this kitchen prior, there were seams that didn't need to be, like, they would just be right smack in the middle. It's like, no. So my second tip for you is really find a stone yard, a stone place that really is going to listen to you and really wants to do the best job possible. I am very lucky. The people that did our stonework in Ridgefield, which is an hour and a half from here, agreed to come and do the stone here. So I knew their work. I knew the quality of their work. Sides of the island was a really weird kind of a plasticky stuff that you couldn't just cut it. It wasn't wood. It was some material. So I chose a very simplistic design, and the guys came through and we painted it black. It was already black, so we just continued that color. The stone that I chose is a marble. With marble, when you choose a countertop and you choose marble, you must know that you need to take care of it. In other words, don't leave a glass of red wine sitting there all night on it. You're gonna end up etching it, or doing citrus or something. This particular one, and I'll put the name here again, it's not something that gorgeous, has a lot of beautiful crystals in it. It has a little bit of brown through it and a little bit of gray through it. So the brown picks up the wood, and then the gray through it picks up all of the other things like the stainless steel, the wrought iron in the staircase. So I was blessed to have found this particular stone, but I also went to 5 stone yards. This is an expensive, when you change your countertops, that's an expensive thing. It's the second most expensive thing. Cabinetry is the first. We didn't have to do much with cabinetry. The cabinetry is high quality, very good, but there was a piece missing. And when I say that, let me show you what I mean. So you could see right here, there was an empty hole. And I never understood it. And I said, well, and if you've noticed, there are no upper cabinetries. No upper cabinetry. And I thought, I'm never gonna be able to deal with this. Oh my gosh, yes you can. You just have to know what to do. So one we built, I had that built, and we had leftover beadboard. Love it. Let's throw some beadboard in the back. I wanted a nice looking thick shelf, and it's mainly for glasses and a little bit of decor, and that way I could just grab a glass, and it's perfect. And he made it look like it's always been there. It's just fantastic. I'm looking at it as I speak. We also switched the sink out, which was a challenge, and the faucet. I love a farmhouse sink. I wanted a farmhouse sink. I think this house deserved a farmhouse sink. And then the faucet is phenomenal. If you're looking for an amazing faucet, let me tell you, this thing does everything. It's touch, so you could touch it anywhere. Actually, you don't have to wave. You could just touch it or wave. And then it has the sprayer, and then it also has a kind of a bubbly thing where it cleans glasses. you know, just in case you want that extra. The backsplash. Now with this, there is a huge kitchen window, which is wonderful. I think every sink deserves to have a kitchen window right there so that you doing dishes are looking out at nature and you can see this is my view. Who would not want to sit there and do dishes? I don't mind. And on so it's a picture window, and then on each side is a gorgeous windows that open, and I love when the fresh air comes in and it's just stunning. Again, I did change out the light fixture. It just wasn't my decor. Doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with it. It just wasn't what I wanted. If you've noticed, I have all Edison bulbs. Basically, I use that beautiful black wrought iron and then the Edison bulbs and then big clear, because the other pendants they had were just, you couldn't get any light through them. So we did all clear. I did add a Rev-A-Shelf. For those of you that, Rev-A-Shelf, they must have a patent that's tight as can be. Expensive, but the drawers are very deep, which means that's where the dishes, the pots, the pans, the you know, all your glassware, all your bowls, all of that stuff is gonna go. And all you do, it's sort of like having that thing in the garage, except you take these wooden dowels so that the dishes don't smash into each other. That's the purpose of it. It works fantastic. All of my, I always use white dishes because it just makes everything easy and it fits perfect. I have more space. There are still things that don't have anything in it. Drawers and cabinets that don't have anything in it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we did in the kitchen. The cabinet paint, of course. The cabinetry paint was a mahogany. This took the guys a really long time because they just didn't slap paint on. They took all the cabinet doors out, went into the garage. This was during winter, so they set up sort of, we have a 3-car garage, so they set up a section and you know, they sanded, primed twice, painted. I put new hardware on, and I've never done green in my entire life. Again, this also is a Chip and Joanna Gaines' paint color, or Magnolia Homes paint color. I'll put it here. It's been too long, y'all. I know I did this a while ago. And when I saw the green, I was like, stunning. And then the white marble, stunning. And gold hardware off of it, it's beautiful. Like, I love it. And I have never ever done a home with green cabinetry. So if you're like going, you know, I want to do something different, I cannot recommend this enough. Now, it might not be for every house. I have wood. Green goes very well with wood, but it is stunning. Green would go great in a cottage, a farmhouse. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful color. Now, on the opposite side of the kitchen, there is a hutch, and again, it was that mahogany color, and it also had that granite that I did not like. Now, with that, we painted it the same color. They did have like film or whatever, so you couldn't see through the glass. I ripped that out. I'm a very organized person. Y'all know that about me. So everything looks nice in my case. So I don't mind that you see through the glass because everything is labeled. The other big thing that we did is, instead of going with marble, which I could have, what I did was get a piece of reclaimed wood. You can get it from Lowe's, you guys. You can. And this was beautiful. Now, I will say you have to buy it. I had to buy it longer than I needed, which was great because then I got some shelves built in several of the rooms, a couple in the laundry room and one in the spare bedroom. So we had some extra wood. The only thing about this particular wood, and I'll list it if it's there, is that they have a poly on it that I don't like. So my guys sanded that off, and then we used a linseed oil. And I like that much better. It looks beautiful, and you could see, I'll take a close-up of it, you could just see it's beautiful, and I think that it goes really, really well. I have our coffee station there, snack station, and then that's where I keep your normal stuff. Staples, cereal, and all of that stuff are behind the closed doors. And then the other stuff, you could see all of my, you know, flour, sugar, all the normal stuff. It's just all labeled and nice and neat. And I think that turned out beautiful. And then as we go into the dining room, the way that this house is it's long here, then it goes narrow, not really narrow, but, and then long. So this is the whole living room, obviously. Now, the way that it was done before was they had a very small, like 4-person table in one of the corners. I will show you. And then in the other corner, they had like a little TV and a couple chairs. And then I don't remember anything being in the middle. So directly, I am now, this is the living room. I should look into the dining room, right? It should be, and I have an 8-person table. So there was no way it was gonna look, it just looks right where it's at. They had the sconces there. Now, remember I talked about light fixtures. So they had a chandelier in that little area. We capped it, the electrician took care of it. It's gone, it doesn't exist. You'd never know it was there. However, we could not actually put a chandelier. Now, if I'm a girl, if you have a dining room table, I used to be a real estate appraiser as well. So if you have a dining room table, you need a chandelier. So what I did was bought a chandelier and I took it apart. And I put these lights right here, these right here, that are on the remote control and they're also on a timer. Those go on exactly when I want them and they'll stay on for 8 hours, or I have a remote control and I can turn them on anytime I want. And I just put the glass right over the glass and I just chose different sizes. And all I did was screw it into the wood. And I remember when the previous owner came over, he's like, well, how'd you get electricity there? I'm like, it's not. Which made me feel good because it does look like it has electricity, but it does not. It's just candles that are electric. And then on the other side, so on the side where they had, I just put my buffet there and a mirror, and it's quite simple. And then on the other side, that's when I built the bar. Now I'm not gonna go into great detail because I actually did a video on building that bar myself because I didn't want to pay a fortune. This was towards the end of spending tons and tons to get the home the way you want it. So I just bought it. I bought the fridge, I bought the 2 HUTCH things, and I made a bar, and I think it works fantastic. What I do need are some floating shelves. Hoping I could talk a certain someone into doing them for me. You know who you are. So that, because I need a little more room now that I'm doing keto cocktail and having fun with that. Now, as we move downstairs, this is the main level. This is the level you would walk into. We have upstairs and we have a downstairs. As you can see on the upstairs, there's a complete railing, so it's very open, and that is the master. But we are actually going to go downstairs. So it's 2 flights down and 2 flights up. 31 stairs altogether. Darlene knows because she counted them. Again, I've changed all the light fixtures, including the ones in the hallway. So they're all wrought iron wood and that Edison bulbs. When you go down, the first room, when you walk down, would be the beauty room, but I took you to the left and to the spare bedroom. We are gonna add a fireplace insert just like this one has because it does have propane. We just haven't got around to doing it, but that does have a beautiful fireplace. It is a spare bedroom. It's gorgeous, simplistic. It has a walk-in closet. It's very nice. It has a really pretty view, and I love the wood in there as well. On the, then the next room is a bathroom. That is Matthew's bathroom. I did have the cabinetry painted, the Kendall charcoal. Oh, in the spare bedroom, the accent wall is Kendall charcoal, and then Stonington gray on the rest of the walls. Bath, again, Stonington gray on the walls, and Kendall charcoal on the cabinetry. And the only thing I did was I personally myself took the pink it had a pink top to the vanity. Obviously it's a boys' bathroom. And so I sort of tried to do a whole thing of painting and epoxy and all that. Is it the best job I've ever done in my life? No. Is it better than the pink? Yes. Will I eventually fix it? Yes. And that's what I did in there. And then as we go across the hall, that is my son's room. The only thing we did is paint and change out the light fixtures. Actually, we didn't even have to change those fixtures out. What we did is just take the things on them that were like keeping the light in and put Edison bulbs. And he loves it. He loves it darker in there. Now the beauty room, you know, look, we've discussed this if you and I have been around a while. The beauty room will always look like a disaster. You see this part and you see this part, but you don't see the chaos that is the beauty room. I could sit there and make it the cutest beauty room ever, and the moment I film my first video, it's gonna look, you know, crazy because I've got 18 things going on. There was nothing in there. There's no closet. The light fixtures were terrible. We actually had to have them moved because they were like right against the wall. So I did put these light fixtures in, which I thought were really cute. These shelves were really awesome, and the desk was really awesome. And I put all that together, and hence a beauty room. And then I just have 2 giant racks for clothes. Then when we go down the hallway, there is a laundry room. It's a nice size laundry room, not as big as some that I've had, but certainly you can see the laundry chute, again, my favorite thing. And then we had used the reclaimed wood that we had left over. And again, I have everything labeled and organized. I have to fill the laundry pods. I can't get the lid open. I meant to have my husband do that before I filmed this, but what are you gonna do? I forgot. The washer and dryer came. They're amazing. They're great. There's tons of storage underneath. And then I have everything in a hyacinth basket, just like I have had in every house, labeled, and it keeps me organized and happy. The last room is a room that has no windows, no closets, and it was perfect for a media room. So we got 3 beautiful chairs and theater chairs. They light up, they go all the way back, they have table stands, and then I did the 3 posters. I originally wanted to do more, but that project was horrific to do. I'll have to be bored someday. I don't know. I can't imagine ever being that bored again that I'd want to go through that. But they are very cool. They have a remote control, so you get them to do a lot of different things. Matthew chose what pictures we wanted. We tried to choose something like from every kind of genre to start with. And then we created a candy drawer. I change it out because we're going into breast cancer awareness. Everything in there is pink. But like 4th of July, everything was red, white, and blue. During Easter, everything was Easter. And I just change it out, and the kids love it. There's a Coke machine in there. There's a couple beanbag chairs in there. I mean, I've had 22 children spend the night. Not children. 22 sophomores spend the night in this house twice. So they love that room. And then we chose a big TV, and a Sonos is the thing that makes the I don't know, whatever. That's beyond me. My husband picked all that stuff. Now, when we go upstairs, so now 31 stairs up, there is a landing up there. Currently, it just has a picture that I need to have hung, and June's crate for right now. There are French doors that open up. The standout in the master is the ceiling. It is stunningly gorgeous. We do have a king size bed. There is one wall to put it on, in my opinion, and that is the wall so that you could look out the backyard and see the beauty of Connecticut, our 4 acres. I don't have a ton of furniture. The only thing that we did do a little bit. They had some trim work that I did not care for at all. I had them rip that off. And then again, we just painted that beautiful white color that we have down here because we've got tons of wood up there. Painted that as well. The master bath, I would have liked to have done more in there, y'all. It was rough. They had 2, so there were 2, chest thingies medicine cabinets, whatever you want to call them, that sat on the vanity, which actually made the vanity look so tiny. I took those off and ripped them out myself. Again, now we're getting less and less money, right? So I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do by myself. And then I did paint the cabinetry myself. I left the same hardware. I will eventually change the hardware out. They had a mirror where there was like a sort of place where you could sit and do your makeup. I have a beauty room. I don't need that. So I removed that mirror because it was just a piece of glass. So I removed that. I removed the giant piece of glass that they had, and I put a mirror in, changed. I had to leave the granite in the sinks for right now. There was a bidet in there that went goodbye. All the toilets were replaced. The bidet went goodbye, and I put like a place to put, you know, your linens. There was no place to put the linens. There is a laundry chute in there as well. Open the door and bam, there it goes. But the view is phenomenal. I did add a nice wooden bench along the window so you could just sit and look out and watch nature go by. I mean, it's really beautiful. Love to open the windows up there. The windows in this house are spectacular. All in all, I absolutely love the house. One of the things that I had the electrician do is I do not like cords. I do not like them from TVs. So the TV, we have a TV in here in the living room. Here, let me show you. There it is there. There's no cord. We just had them put the electrical outlet behind the TV, and that TV actually pulls all the way out, goes all the way around so we could see it all the way in the kitchen if we wanted. And you know how I like having screensaver artwork. I've shown you guys how to do that. If you don't know, remember, all you have to do is go to YouTube, hit screensaver TV, and then choose whatever theme you like. I've had Monet, if it's just, you know, whatever. I've had summer flowers. Right now it's fall, so I have some fall. So we had it done there, and we had it done in the media room as well. I just think it makes it look much cleaner. And that was our TV, and look how it fit. Not a millimeter. It fit by millimeters, you guys. For me, I just always thought of this house as a diamond that I just needed to polish or to make it my own. Every house you need to make it your own. For me, the accents, if you look through my home, especially like in the living room, you will see green accents everywhere. I love it, and I can't wait to decorate for fall because it will be unlike any other fall that I have done. So be prepared. There might be a keto cocktail in there, and then the next one will be decorating for fall. So we're gonna take this beautiful home, and with a few simple tweaks, I've already started a little bit. I do not have these out during summer, y'all. This is not what I have. I don't have pampas grass. I have pink flowers. I have pink flowers over there and over there, but I started pulling things away, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute, let me get the house shown to you all, and then, you know, we go from there. And that's the beautiful thing about this house too, is that it was interesting to see how much of my furniture would fit and would work, and it really did. Every single piece worked, and if it didn't, it went upstairs into the in-law unit, and it worked there. How I normally have two of these chairs in the other, well, there's only room for one here, so we have one down here, and there's one up there. Oh, and I just added this lamp. Doesn't that look amazing, you guys? Just added this little lamp right off of Amazon, and I was like, oh, it's perfect. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour of my home. If you did, hit the thumbs up. It does help. And if you have any questions or anything like that, ask away. I'm always happy to answer. We love it here. As I've told you many times, we love Connecticut. Best neighbors we could ever ask for. I have a BFF. She's amazing. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour of my home.